Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. The daily currency call webinar. I see, as usual, I see many familiar faces, and I also see some new names too. So just a quick introduction. In this webinar, Jin shares his analysis and ideas for specific currency for each day. So on Monday, it's Aussie and New Zealand. Tuesday, Euro, which is today. Wednesday, Pound. Thursday, Yen and Gold. And Friday, Cat and Oil. So before we start today's session, do help me answer this poll. Is this your first time attending the webinar? Yeah, just trying to get everybody to answer the poll. Let me move on a little. So this webinar is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So a quick introduction about Jin. He's the founder of LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase. He's the head trainer here at LCMS Traders. And for Forex Briefcase, he trades a US $7 million account on a daily basis for his managed account clients. And also he's an international speaker where he speaks in countries like Hong Kong, UK, US, Australia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, sharing his views about the FX market. So let me check out the poll. Okay, we have one first timer here. Welcome. Do help me answer another poll. How did you get here? Yeah. So a quick introduction about myself. I'm Jun Wei. I have known Jin for about 3 years now, first as a student and now as a business partner. So Jin has helped me a lot in trading, looking at Forex trading from a fundamental plus technical point of view. So I'll pass the time now to Jin to continue with today's currency analysis.
Okay, welcome everybody. You're not answering the polls. You know, we've got 13 out of 22 of you who have answered the polls. I'm looking for everyone to go click on it. It is anonymous, so just click away. You know, you could lie to me as well. You could just click on something random. Okay, if you really don't want me to know where you're coming from, just click on something random. I don't even know who clicked on it. Right, so we are looking for another 6 of you more to click on the poll. In the meantime, did you like the new video, the new introduction video? Yes or no? Got 1 thumb up. Alfred's thumb up is there. Okay, good. So if you like the video, you got to give a big round of applause to Jin Wei who did the video. So a lot of hard work into that. Why we need a round of applause? Because he's probably going to work more on the video and make it even more spiffy, more like a Hollywood production. So we look forward to an upgrade of that video again and again. Okay, so we are on Facebook Live, Forex Trading Asia. Click share for me if you get the chance. Okay, but those of you who are on Zoom with us, same thing as usual for the past 2 months now. I've been doing this video Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock every day for those weekdays. 11 o'clock going through different currency pairs. Same drill. If you have questions, put it in the chat on the side. If you've got no questions, then I hope you listen to my analysis, you know, use it as a support to your own analysis and take action, take action, take action. We know that some people, some traders have taken action on the analysis and made very good returns on what I've shared on a daily basis. I'm looking at Kenneth, I'm looking at Hosun, I'm looking at a few other people, but you can't see where my eyes are going, right? So let's get going. The market has been quite volatile, beyond expectations. We have seen a lot of US dollar weakness If you want to know more, I know Kenneth just shared an article about US dollar weakness as he takes a drink of his water, because he knows that I might ask him some questions coming up. Okay, so there are a lot of US dollar weakness. What's happening is it's most likely because of the unrest happening in the US right now. So that's churning a bit of uncertainty in the US economy. That's why we're seeing that US dollar weakness. What's likely to happen is I do feel that that's going to persist on, however, not for a super long term, could be more medium term kind of weakness as investors and traders look towards a more risk on mindset, because everything seems to be so bad already. No one's going into reserve currencies. They're more just selling the dollar, going into taking on a little bit more risk. So just a quick heads up, we talked about Aussie yesterday. Today at 1:30, we have an Aussie news, the rates decision and rate statement coming up. So make sure you watch. If you haven't joined us on yesterday's session, watch yesterday's session. It is on YouTube as well. LCMS Traders Club, LCMS Traders on YouTube. Watch that. Prepare yourself for what could happen for the Aussie news coming up. All right, so today we are talking about the euro, which is also one of the reasons why I'm bouncing around. I'm super excited about the euro, especially the euro pound. So straight into the charts. Wait, that's the pound. We're looking at the euro. All right. So the euro US. Let me think. What did I say last week? I said last week that we were at this point, drew a line up and said we will get there. It got there. I did say that. I remember I did say that it could go towards the resistance level of 1.1170. It is at that resistance level now. I know Kenneth made $4,000 on his first trade. I don't know, Kenneth, can you unmute yourself? Did you enter on a second trade towards 1.1170?
No, I didn't enter the second trade.
Oh, he didn't enter the second trade. Okay, now that's fine. So that first trade was half that move. Then now we are at that resistance level of about 1.1170. At this level now, despite what has happened yesterday, right? We saw a lot of US dollar weakness. We saw the currencies gain against the US dollar pretty much across the board, apart from the euro. The euro sat yesterday pretty quiet, not doing much, spiking up and down, but sitting quite horizontal yesterday. So I feel that it is because of that resistance level of 1.1170. At this level now, based on what we see, just to give you a bit of a technical insight, it looks like it's in the overbought region. MACDs and the price action looks like it's struggling to go higher, looks like it's trying to come back down. Based on previous levels, it has hit this level at this point and turned back down. I think I did a projection at that point. When was this? We did this on the 26th of March, where I said that it's probably going to go up to this level. So it did go up to that level. At the same point here, we look like it might come back down. It has reacted off this 1.1170 level several times since the beginning of the year, right? Since January, it came off this level. It broke through, came strongly back down, came strongly back down. Now it's at that same level. Do I think that it's going to shoot up, or is it likely to come back down? I do think that an upside is possible. However, I would be more interested to see it come back down. And the reasons for this to come down is more likely weakness in the euro rather than strength in the US dollar. Okay, so why I think that the euro US is likely to come down is more likely derived from weakness in the euro rather than strength in the US dollar, because we have seen weakness in the US dollar, firstly because of the economic uncertainty, the riots or the unrest, and also what's coming up in terms of news for the US employment numbers. Okay, so I do think that that level is going to be quite hard to break, looking to sell it down from the 1.1170 level. Okay, at this point, any questions? Daniel with the summaries on in the chat. So if I'm rambling on too quickly, you have the numbers and the chat there for you as well with a summary. Good, no other questions. Okay, so on the daily time frame, that's how I look at it. On the H4, this again confirms. So daily time frame, I look at it for more for the medium and longer term trades or investments. On the H4 and lower, I look at it more on the short to medium term, more for the trading, the intraday moves. So at this level, you know, it's really been sitting across, struggling to break higher or even move lower. We've seen it move quite across yesterday. At this point, I do feel that we might see, to be a bit more pedantic, we might see a bit of an upward move before that, let me move that away, before that possible downward move again. So I think that we might see it test that resistance level of 1.1170 before coming back down. However, if it does break higher, if it does close and not come back down into that support level, breaking lower, could you buy it up? Yes. All right. So what I want to try and cultivate for the traders, especially, is having that flexibility to follow trend. Well, firstly, is to follow trend because trend has been riding up quite strongly. Is to follow trend and say that if it does break higher, could I risk 60 pips to try and make 180? Right? Give me a show of hands. Now, would you risk 1 to make 3, 60 to make 180? Would you do that? Put it in the chat or give me a hands up if you would. 1 to 3. Good stuff, right? So look at that. That could be an upside move of a 1 to 3 risk reward. If it does break downwards, you know, it tests that level and struggle to go higher and break downwards, we could again see a maybe an 80 pip stop loss for a 170 pip take profit, right? So either way, up or down, is going to be quite an attractive trade idea. What you need to pay attention to is, 1, the drivers for price to go higher or lower. 2, you have to have a bit of patience to wait for that trade setup to develop, right? Wait for the candles to close, wait for the confirmation of it moving higher or lower before getting to a trade. Don't jump in early. At this point, for the euro especially, jumping in early would be the worst thing you can do, because you jump in early thinking that you're going to minimize risk, you're actually increasing your risk by jumping in too early. That volatility might stop you out, take you out. Okay, make sense so far? All good? Got a couple of thumbs up. All right. So in addition to the euro US, we'll look at the euro pound as well. So euro pound has been one of my favorites in the recent times. A lot of lines in there. I think the next session I'll probably start clearing up some lines. But I do remember that I wouldn't look at this on the daily time frame. I'll change it to the H4 just to make it a bit easier. I do remember that the last time we spoke, I said that, you know, it's probably going to come down to this level, test and bounce up. It did exactly that. It came down to this level. It tested the 0.8912 level or 10 level before bouncing out of this range. It didn't go all the way towards 0.9110. It went towards 90560. So it did have a pretty good trade if you had that straddle going, a 30 pip stop for a 60 pip take, you know, still a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio there. So that was a good trade we had. right? But what you saw was that it quickly came back in. That move back downwards was really driven because of that strength in the pound US dollar, right? We saw the pound US dollar as they spoke about taking away negative rates, as they seem to be opening up the economy a little bit more, and as the US dollar seemed to get a little bit weaker, we saw the pound US dollar gain, which is why we saw the euro pound come down. At this level, I'm still going to be a bit wary. I'll probably move this line a little bit lower, right? Let me move that line a little bit lower. Oops, why can I not move that line a little bit lower towards this point? So unless it breaks below the 0.8899 or 0.89 level, I'm not looking to sell. I do think that we are likely to see this bounce back up and trade within that range. Why would it trade within that range? It'll probably be because of the pound coming back off its recent strength as a bit of a profit taking, as a bit of a retracement back. So we're likely to see it come back slightly into that range. So not much interesting happening for the euro pound. However, take note of the trigger levels, 0.8900 or 0.8980. So those are both the buy and the sell, or the sell and the buy levels respectively. Make sense so far? Have I lost everyone? I see a few yeses, and then with the summary, good stuff. All right. So let me just click the wrong one. I will jump back into I think most of you are already Traders Club members, so I'm not going to go through the whole Traders Club thing. Those of you who are not Traders Club members already, just go to Facebook, search for LCMS Traders Club, and click join. It is $49 a month to join, or $199 a year. $199 a year is less than $1 a day, which means that if you are serious about your trading, you want to join this, because the information, the help that we have here is massive and massively beneficial to your trading. Take note of all the popular topics here. So I've uploaded all the weekly live calls. We have the polls, we have the daily analysis, we have the signals. So those of you who come from the Telegram channel, you get the signals in the Telegram channel. We actually have the signals here first. So we get the signals here first, and then also we give you all the analysis behind why we're entering. So you hit stop loss, we hit stop loss, we give you the analysis behind why we enter a trade. So you not only make money in a trade, you also learn how to trade, right? So these are all the signals there, the analysis, there's correlation, the strategies, teaching you how to trade, the straddle strategy, the live calls going through the psychology and all the analysis, and basically coaching everybody through their trading journey. So check us out on LCMS Traders Club. Make sure you join if you are serious, and especially if you're serious about your trading, making sure you're profitable. Okay, so I want to go jump into the triggers of what could move the euro, and also the euro pound. Nothing much today. We have a bit of a euro news. Well, I spoke about the Aussie cash rate happening at 130. Nothing much happening in terms of the euro. I wouldn't pay too much attention to these data coming out. The pound also not that much. What you want to pay attention to is, let me find it. The PMI numbers coming out, that's going to move markets a little bit, but not too significantly. We do see that PMI numbers are expected to increase quite significantly, especially in the Spanish and in the Italian services PMI, but they are still in contractionary levels, but a recovery, right? So likely to see some movements, but not significant. What we want to pay a bit more attention to is on Thursday, we're looking at rates and also the monetary policy statement and the press conference coming from the ECB. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I think that we could see a little bit of a weakness moving up in the early days before coming back into euro dollar strength on especially on Thursday, if the ECB comes out a little bit more positive, a little bit more optimistic, a little bit more hawkish. What I mean by that, what we're looking for is whether they're probably going to keep they're definitely going to keep rates on hold. They're not going to say anything special about the policies. However, we're looking for that any positivity, any progress in that stimulus plan that they had. You know, that 500 billion, if I'm not wrong, that kind of numbers pushing through in the eurozone. So if that comes ahead, or if we see any positivity coming through from the ECB, we could see that euro dollar strength coming through, especially on Thursday evening at between 7:45 to 8:30 in Singapore time. Okay, and then on Friday we have the US employment numbers, non-farm employment numbers coming through as well. So I will tell you more about that later as in the week as that numbers develop and as I get a better handle of what the numbers could be. Okay, so main thing to focus on for the euro pound is what's the news on Thursday evening, 7:45, the rates, the policy statement, and also the press conference coming from the ECB. At this point, any questions? I see the chat blinking away. Let me just check that. Teo Jin Wei says, speaking of straddle, is that a possible straddle trade on euro yen? Okay, I usually look at yen on yen, euro yen on yen days, but let me just, since we're talking about euro, let me just jump into that quickly. So that's the euro yen on the H4 possible. There is a possible straddle there. However, it is quite close to the support level of, well, my level of 11938. So I'll be a bit more careful. I would think that topish of 11995 and bottom of 11936. So it is quite a wide range or wide-ish range of about 50-60 pips. So that could be a trade. However, be a bit more careful of that. I'll be a bit more cautious. I'll talk about the yen a bit more on yen day, which is Thursday. So there is still time with, for Thursday to talk about the euro yen as well. Thanks for that question, Jinwei, the other Jinwei. Any other questions? All good? All good? All right. So in the meantime, if you've got no other questions, you want to take it back? The other Jinwei.
Yep. Okay. Thank you so much, Jin, for today's analysis. Yeah, so just to wrap things up, please help me with this poll. Yep. Give us a rating. Hopefully everyone thinks it's perfect. Yeah, but at the same time, just wanted to let you guys know that I posted a Telegram link. So those that have no idea we have a Signal channel going on, yeah, do join that Telegram channel. And by the way, a recording of this video will be uploaded. So thank you for joining the session today. Tomorrow we'll be talking about pound. Yeah, pound. So looking forward to see everyone.
Those Traders Club members, how much did you enjoy last night's session? Give me a big thumbs up. Give me a quick happy face or whatever you can do to let me know if you enjoyed last night's session and how much did you enjoy it. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we just had our weekly session on we have our weekly sessions on Mondays, 9 p.m. You know, I think we ran on a little bit longer than usual yesterday. So because we had a special guest in. Oh, Tommy, you should have been on. You should have been on. Danny, we don't know. We'll have to wait to find out. We have to wait to find out. But once it comes out, we had a lot of inside news. We have a lot of inside news last night, and then there's also an inside news being released public this afternoon as well. So watch out, watch out. That's one of the benefits of getting into the Traders Club. You know, you get all the inside news, the inside scoops before everyone else. All right, so if you enjoyed last night's session, make sure you turn up for the coaching session on Wednesday at 8:30. You know, one is all about inside scoops. Wednesdays, Daniel will guide you through all the inside scoops on how to use different indicators, how to trade with different strategies, coach you through the process. So it's all about insights, all about getting to a higher level. All right. So have everyone participated in a poll? Good stuff. All right. In the meantime, trade safe, trade well, take care, and we'll catch up again tomorrow at 11 talking about the pound US dollar. See you all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.